we'll pick back up with the defense. Big key for you. I mean, you've got to be able to stop some people. Talk about your defense for me.
You know, we got some guys on defense, and some of those same guys that's playing on offense will be playing on defense. And,
Okay.
And you know, at linebacker we got Zaire Lee. You know, he played a ton for us last year.
Right.
Got Keyshawn Bland at linebacker. I think he was honorable mention, last year.
Right.
Both of those guys have shown a great deal of promise also in the weight room. Great leadership out here, during these days of practice. And, Grant, we playing some defense.
Okay.
Morgan, young man, he's also, coming in. So a lot of those guys will end up playing both ways, and pretty much switched our coaching staff around, and a lot of excitement there, man. The coaches are excited, the way we changed things up, and and I felt like that was a good thing for us to do, to keep us fresh, also, so we don't get stagnant. Now, you're coaching something different. Now you got to start learning, a little something that you've been used to for the past 6-7 years. And now we come to practice also with some excitement, because it's something new for us also. So we're I think defensively, it's just going to be that, seeing how to get that chemistry going, and just playing and getting to the football and making tackles when we get there.
Now, Braden Brown playing linebacker for you, is that right?
Yes, Braden Brown is another one. He's going to be playing outside backer. He's another one that's been with us since his freshman year. And I'll tell you, man, these past few days in practice, it's been, and I know it's us against us, but just the, being where you're supposed to be, and when you're there making plays, he's showing a whole lot of promise, man, and we're looking for some big things for him. And then the other defensive end, we got a basketball player out, Braylon Godfrey. He came out, and he's showing some promise, and Logan Van Fossen also. So we got some pretty good, guys there that has had some experience, like I said, with that group, and decided they dedicated themselves this off season. And like I said, we got out here and during these past few days in camp, and they're showing some pretty good promise.
A little different this year. We got 4 classes now, so we kind of had that a little bit last year, but you guys are kind of locked into AAA right now, and man, AAA's tough. I mean, you got a lot of good AAA schools, Nitro, teams like that. I mean, what do you feel like it's going to take to get into that postseason this year?
I always tell everybody, you hate being cliche-ish, but you don't want to look past anybody.
Right. And with your schedule, you really can't.
We can't look past anybody.
That's it.
And and I think that's the beauty of being in a position like that with the schedule we have.
Right.
You're going out every Friday, and it's nothing like, oh, this is going to be an easy victory, and no one on our schedule is like that. And so that sends a message to our players. You got to come here and work every single day. Every day that you're out here, you got to be 100%. You got to be 100% mentally. You got to be 100% physically. Because you don't have anyone that you can look past. I mean, it's just that from the very first game to the very last game. You mentioned Nitro. That's our last football game. Prior to Nitro, I think it's Princeton. Prior to Princeton, it's James Monroe. And all of these, like I said, early on, every team that we're playing was in the playoffs last year, and we don't have anyone on our schedule that's a slack team.
And Princeton and Nitro, people are kind of pinning them in for maybe the championship game already. So that just shows the degree, and even to start your year is difficult. You got 2 road games. You got Riverside, which is always an improved team and getting better each year. And then you go to Woodrow, who's has been kind of had your number just a little bit here lately.
And then we come back home with the state runner-up in Virginia against Allegheny. So, like I said, we can't look past anybody, and we can't come out here and slack off on Friday night. So every game that we play, it's going to be just that. And I've been telling the kids, I know this may be kind of off the wall statement, but every game we play is a dogfight. There ain't gonna be nothing easy. So you got to come out here prepared, and you got to come out here prepared and ready to play and ready to get after it.
All right, we had Coach Ray Lee from Greenbrier East.